season, 2 MVPs with all-time performances. It starts with Steph, Warriors, Grizzlies, and right off the bat, Jay, Steph Curry was on fire.
Well, if you're going to be in a pick and roll, this is how you get going against Memphis. Zach Edey sits in drop coverage. Steph Curry's going to get open three after open three. And once again, off a relocation pass, Green.
Yeah, get it back from Draymond Green and knock it down. And then how about this matchup? You talk about Zach Edey here, Monica. This is not really a fair fight.
No, and this is what you mean by being in the zone from Steph Curry. Like, targeting exactly what he wants, who he wants it, and then just letting that thing fly. We already know he's the greatest shooter God ever made. It was just so beautiful.
All of that was in the first quarter. 19 points, 5 threes in the first. And then Steph, the range on this one, ridiculous.
I mean, this is why I call him the petty king. I mean, you could just tell that he is in his bag. He doesn't care what you think about him anymore. He's just going to do whatever it takes to get his team over the hump into the playoffs.
Now returning defense into offense off a Draymond steal. The Warriors have a 5-point lead. We're still in the first half. Still in the first half here, people. Now, this one is ridiculous.
It's on a slingshot, man.
Come on.
Honestly, right?
8 threes in the first half. Warriors by 8 at the break. Shams, you made the point in our first hour today. Steph, who's been the best shooter in league history for a long time, might actually right now be the best he's ever been.
Greeny, the speed, the athleticism, it always fades with age, but I think the skill and the three-point prowess, I don't think has ever been as on point with age for Steph Curry.
45 points and 11 threes through 3, and they needed all of it. This is a great game. This one gives Curry 50 points. But the Warriors are in a 1-point game. A minute to play. Warriors are up by 3. Steph finally misses one, but look who's there. Johnny on the spot is Brandon Pajemski. Steph finishes with 52 points, 10 rebounds, 12 threes. The Warriors win, and they pass Memphis for the 5 seed in the process. It's the 15th time in his career that Steph Curry has scored at least 50 points. The Grizzlies have existed for 30 seasons, and they have one such game in their history, that belonging to Ja Morant. And you made a comment early this morning in our meeting, Jay Will. We have been referring to the Western Conference as the OKC Invitational for quite some time now. Who's their biggest threat?
I think it's Golden State. I think with just the versatility, with the way Steph is playing at this level, with their floor spacing, and I think, look, OKC, I think, is the best team in the Western Conference. But just from a skill perspective and versatility perspective and switchability, I keep making up that word, but it's a word I feel like we say in basketball circles.
Yeah.
It's a word.
I do feel as if Golden State is probably best positioned to give them challenges.
That trade, Shams, to acquire Jimmy Butler could be one we talk about a lot this spring.
It changed the game for them because it gave them that co-star for Stephen Curry, someone that he can rely on, that the Warriors can rely on, Steve Kerr can rely on when Stephen Curry is off the floor or when he needs a breather. Even last night, Jimmy Butler, 20-plus points. You know he's going to have the assists, the rebounds. And this is Jimmy Butler season coming up. Like right now, this regular season, this is great for his rhythm, but his real season is coming up. The one hurdle that I'm keeping my eye on is how are they going to integrate Jonathan Kuminga? I think they're 7-2 since he's been in his last 9 games overall, but they have yet to figure out, is he best in the dunker spot? Is he best as a slasher, a cutter, a defender? What is his role moving forward?
Why are you making that face?
I understand the promise and potential of Jonathan Kuminga, but it has not fit well for any extended period of time with the Warriors this season.
Well, we'll figure that piece of it out. But as far as what they have done and are doing, I think back, and you'll learn this, Shams, the more you work with him, the more you'll learn that when teams don't do the things I want them to do when you report it, I blame you. I've been doing that forever. So I will say when they didn't get...
I'm good for it. I'll take the blame.
When they didn't get KD at the trade deadline, I was like, I felt like Jimmy Butler was a consolation prize. That's how dumb I am. In the meantime, they're 18-2 when Steph and Jimmy Butler play together. Maybe that wound up being the very best thing for them. Are you buying them as a legitimate contender in the West?
I know we're not doing this right now, Greeny, but one of our segments in these mornings, we got to define contender because the West is that jam-packed.
Win 2 rounds.
Yes, but I feel like a bunch of teams in the West could potentially do that, right? But outside of OKC, everybody else has a path to show me how to do it. When it comes to the Warriors, though, I really do like the way that they're playing. I think they're a complement of guys. They've figured out how to get maximized minutes from guys, even if it's in small stints. And then you've got a core 3 that understands how to play postseason basketball in Green, Butler, and Curry.
It was a great game last night. I do think they're contenders, but I am going to say that Memphis' defensive rating is 123 over this 1-7 stretch. And the Celtics did garner 30 unanswered, like unguarded catch-and-shoot threes in their last game against Memphis on 30 assists on 39 made field goals. Last night, the Warriors 29 assists on 42 made field goals. Memphis is also bad.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay.
Memphis defense may be
Especially
contributing.
against over 500.
Well, this week, we finna get Lakers Warriors.
That's tomorrow night.
So we're going to find out.
We're going to find out.
We're going to find out.
We will see the Lakers and the Warriors, and maybe someone will have a performance like the one that Jokic had last night.
The best one of all time, maybe?
Oh, my
The
God.
Joker looked at Steph and said, hold my beer. Last night, Nikola Jokic was up. Great night, too, and he played Minnesota right back into it. Gets down by 2. Jokic fouled. He makes both. We're tied at 112. We're going to overtime. Wolves by 4 in the OT. Edwards again giving Minnesota a 6-point lead, but it would be Jokic. That's not an overstatement. That ties. That brings them within 3. 13 seconds left. They're down by 2. Come on. Ties the game at 125. He had 56 going to the second overtime. Opening minute of the double OT. He's going to give the Nuggets a 2-point lead. Working again, footwork in the painted area, or in this case, the unpainted area. Jokic up to 58. 2 minutes left. Nuggets by 1. That's goaltending. That's 60 for Nikola Jokic. Now we show you.
Going into the fourth quarter, had 34 points for the game.
Then the other way, it's Aaron Gordon with the big 3. So the Nuggets have J-Will just pointing out
This is why I can't coach, Greeny.
all of the things that Russell Westbrook did wrong in that sequence, including the foul with 0.1 seconds remaining, and the foul shots wind up winning it for Minnesota. That happened there, Monica. Let's just be clear that you agree with Jay. He should not be going to the basket with 9 seconds left and a 1-point lead. Pull it out and make them foul you. At that point, then you have to race back on defense and be part of the play. And then you most certainly cannot, in an undisciplined way, dive at a 3-point shooter with 0.1 seconds remaining and foul him to lose the game.
Yes, by the letter of the law, but in the spirit of the game, you had they was cooking from 3. Make the layup and let's play. This game was fantastic. Yes, in the letter of the law, bring it out, run the clock.
She's getting lost in the sauce of the game.
I understand he needs to make it.
I respect that.
Stunned that he missed that layup.
Me too. Did he just miss that?
It does take him a long time to get back in the screen, and then, oh, no.
But, guys, look what happens here.
But Jay, look, just riddle me this.
Okay, yes.
Make the layup, come down. Denver scored. Denver hits, or Minnesota, hits a 3, and it's tied again. Are you still gonna be mad?
Yes, I would still be mad, because I think if you pull the ball out and you take a couple of seconds off the clock, you go to the free throw line, you make 2 free throws, then your defense is set.
Christian Braun
You
could
can
have brought it
set
out
your
too, though.
defense. Right now they're in transition.
So
I hear you. Yes.
okay, so let's not bury. I don't want to bury
Sorry,
the
we're getting
performance. No, I get it. Look, no, it's a terrible sequence. It's a ridiculous way to lose a game. If you're Denver, this is a ridiculous way
The
to
foul
lose a
is the
game.
issue.
Look at him.
There are so many
He butt
issues.
naked in the corner.
I don't
I know, that's what, once again, terminology we use in the basketball court.
I hear you. No, it's perfectly fine. So, all right. All of that happens. all that. It's all that fine. Yes, he's butt
Bring me
naked.
fine until it's not, Monica, okay?
Who among us has not at one point or another been butt naked in the corner? That's a whole other. Okay, wait. I'm trying to get to Jokic here.
Okay.
You were the
Jay,
one.
stop.
Yeah, you were the one yelling at me that we were. Go away, Harry. I'm not talking to you. You were the one. You were the one who yelled at me.
Xin chào tất cả mọi người đã quay trở lại với kênh của mình. Ngày hôm nay mình sẽ tiếp tục hướng dẫn các bạn làm vòng.